Hey everyone, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Today's the day. Marvel Avengers Infinity War is dropping. I know some of you have seen it yesterday. Some of my friends messaged me. No spoilers. No spoilers. I'm going to see it tonight in about 6 hours. But today, we're going to chat a little bit about Game of Thrones Season 8 filming news. And we're going to talk about Marvel Avengers Infinity War. I am so hyped. This is the movie that I've been waiting a decade to see. I've read all the Infinity War comics, the Infinity War series, the old ones and the new ones. So really, really excited for that. And today we're going to do a mash of Game of Thrones and Marvel. So we're just going to get hyped and we're going to celebrate all of our favorite things. And my favorite things happen to be Game of Thrones and Marvel Avengers Infinity War. So how's everyone doing in the chat today? How are we doing? Hyped. Gemma messaged me this morning. She's like, I saw it. She's like, you want spoilers? I'm like, no, Gemma, do not dare spoil me, man. I think she went to see it a second time already. She's in the theater right now. So we are going to be doing a podcast, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday for you guys. I think we're going to do it on Tuesday. And we're going to break down the movie and like talk spoilers and all that. Because if we talk about it this weekend, it's not going to be as, you know what I mean? Not everyone has seen the movie and whatnot. All right. Let's see who we got in the chat here. Talamasca Dane, what's going on, my man? Peter the Noble, Bianca Funk, the prince that wasn't promised. No worries, my man. I got you back. Mama Ogre is hyped. We got Papa Tab, we got Johnny Be Crazy, we got Red Sweats. Johnny, I'm excited to see you at Con of Thrones, man. Michael Palmer, Hulk Smash, Eduardo Blanco, Amy True. I'm late. I'm not late, whatever. Lord of Light, Californian Stand Up. Emma's in the chat. Let's scroll up here a little bit and see if I didn't miss anyone. Thanos' kill list. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Thanos, who he might kill. And yes, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. So what do we want to start off with? Do we want to start off with Game of Thrones, or do we want to talk about Marvel Avengers Infinity War? And Papa Tab, I haven't seen the movie yet. This is a preview, my man. I can't spoil it for you. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what happens. So I'm like whatever. Like I'm just like in the dark as much as everyone else that hasn't seen it. So there will be no spoilers today because I haven't seen it anyways. And I don't think I would do that anyways. I think all the major reviewers are going to be releasing their reviews Sunday, Monday-ish. I think that's like the industry standard, especially for big movies like this. I know people that have put out their like non-spoiler reviews and whatnot, but yeah. So what do we want to start off with today? Do we want to talk about Game of Thrones Season 8 filming stuff? We can talk a little bit about King's Landing, or we can talk about Marvel Avengers Infinity War. I'm really down for whatever. I'll let the chat decide, and we will kind of go from there. Chrissy, what's going on? Nice to see you. Let's take a vote in chat. What do we want to see? Do we want to see, Marvel Avengers Infinity War stuff, or do we want to talk about Game of Thrones first? I think, what's crazy is like the majority of people that are on the channel also love Marvel, which is really awesome because I'm gonna go see it tonight and tomorrow night as well. So I'm gonna go see it a couple of different times. Marvel, por favor. Game of Thrones. Okay. Johnny, oh God, you relax, my man. Either I'm down for both. Okay, so Nicole's got a vote in for Game of Thrones, and we got a vote in from Chelly for Marvel. Hey, Preston, what's going on, my man? I think we have like a smaller group today. I don't know. Everybody's out doing stuff, watching Avengers Infinity War, hanging out, relaxing. Let's start off with Marvel. All right. So we got a couple Marvel votes. Game of Thrones. Oh, we're tied. We're tied. We need deciding votes, people. Dan, Proxima Midnight. Okay, people are hyped about Marvel too. So I don't know. We need more deciding votes, man. We need more deciding votes. Oh, Steffi's is Thrones. Thrones is in the lead right now. Thrones is in. Okay, Michael Palmer says Marvel. We're tied again. We need more to decide it. Okay, Katrina's Game of Thrones. Oh, we're tied again. Talamasca says Marvel. Oh, Marvel's in the lead. Oh, crazy. You guys are nuts. Oh, damn. Game of Thrones. Oh. So we're tied. Actually, Game of Thrones has one more vote. I'm gonna give it 15 more seconds, everyone to get in their votes. Marvel, okay. So we're one vote behind for Marvel. We got 10 more seconds. Get in your votes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Marvel actually lost by one vote, everyone. So Johnny says Marvel Thrones. So we're going to go with Game of Thrones first, and then we're going to talk about Marvel after that. All right. So Game of Thrones Season 8 obviously is still filming. We got confirmation that the 55-night shoot is over, which was apparently filmed in and around Winterfell. We knew that there was going to be some sort of major plot line there. We knew, there was going to be this convergence of main characters, and we knew that there was going to have to be some sort of resolution, and possibly the Night King attacking while they're all meeting with each other. It would just make sense for that to happen, right? So I think that obviously it's amazing. They're saying that this battle is twice as big as Battle of the Bastards. The Battle of the Bastards, that episode still had some stuff in Marine as well. So we got to take that consideration that a whole episode would be devoted in the North. I got to assume that we might have one or two small scenes in King's Landing in whichever episode. This could be over 2 episodes even. I would love to see that. But if we are getting longer episodes in Game of Thrones Season 8, which I think we are, and especially this episode, I think, Winterfell, the northern part of the plot line, the more supernatural elements that we're seeing within Game of Thrones are really going to be pushed to the forefront. So I'm excited about that. But with that said, the 55 days of night shooting are over, and now they're starting to film in King's Landing and Ballantoy, and there's also some filming being done near the Iron Islands as well. So, but the King's Landing set, there's a massive green screen there, and they're saying they're going to be filming there for at least a month. So there's going to be a huge battle in King's Landing as well. And I think that we can expect some really, really amazing stuff in Game of Thrones Season 8 now. I've been on the record saying that I think that the Clegane Bowl, the Dance of Dragons 2.0 with the Night King, Jon and Dany, and then the Three Heads of the Dragon will go at it, and then we'll see the Battle of Blackwater 2.0. So I actually think there's going to be a battle of like 3 armies / like 3 sides going on in King's Landing. What does everybody think about that? Do we think that possibly we could see Euron and Theon and the Ironborn do like the Battle of the Blackwater 2.0, maybe like Davos getting involved because he's a smuggler and he's he's a sailor and he's a ship master. I can see him help Theon and have some of that kind of force thing going on, and then they're doing battle. Then we can have Jon and Dany and the armies going at each other, like the Army of the Dead and the big armies. And then we could have like Jaime and a small force pleading with Cersei, to help out against the Night King, because apparently they're putting scorpions or big ballistas on top of some of the towers at King's Landing. Now, I don't know if they're for Jon and Dany, but we got to assume that Cersei has still seen the Army of the Dead, and she still might be paranoid about the Night King as well. So we don't know if Qyburn is making this weapon for Viserion. Maybe they don't even know that the Night King has a dragon. Maybe that Jon and Dany go talk to her like, listen, the Night King has a dragon. And then that's when all the sides go to war. It's like Cersei and them can't, like, they try to come to terms again. You know what I mean? They try it one last time. They try to reason with Cersei. But I could see that going down like, a certain, like, where Illyrio and Varys snuck in. I can see like Jaime, Arya, Brienne, and a couple other people sneaking in. And then the throne room, we got the Mountain and Cersei, and she's not moving from her throne, like the Mad King, that kind of thing going down. So I don't know what all of the chat thinks, but do you think that a scenario like that could go down? We can have like this amazing, crazy 3-way battle go down in King's Landing. I don't know. I think for it to be effective and to truly feel like we are going to be blown away by this episode, I think it's got to be something like that. Because obviously Cersei has to get dealt with. She's not gonna. I don't think she's gonna survive the series. And then if you think she'd do that, I see some arguments for that. Like, yeah, Cersei surviving the whole series would be a twist. It would be a big twist. Her ending up with absolutely nothing. Her going into the woods like Maggie the Frog and being this like psychotic, deranged Lannister woman, and she becomes like all feral and crazy. I don't know, but I think she has to die. Darren, what's going on? Poison rationality. Yeah, good question. Poison rationality. Would a scorpion be effective against a white dragon? Now, if they could make it Valyrian steel tipped or something like that, or if they could, make a dragon glass spear. I don't know, like how the dynamics or physics of that would work. I'm not an expert on any of that stuff, but I think that it's certainly interesting that Qyburn and Cersei are thinking about of that. So yeah, we will see what kind of happens with that. But King's Landing, they're going to be filming there for quite a while, maybe even over a month. So what does everyone think about that? Do we think that the battle in King's Landing is going to be battled in the bigger for Winterfell? Because I think even though King's Landing is where the king or queen sits, I think we're more invested in Winterfell. For me, I am. I know I am, anyways. But like I don't know. What does everybody think in the chat? There'll be a three-way just of a different kind. Keep it clean, brother. Well, I think Winterfell's got to fall. I think that's going to be one of the saddest moments of the season. Not completely fall, because I think that things got to get rebuilt. And this is a story about transformation and rebirth. So I think that we will see Winterfell. Sorry, I got the sniffles today. My allergies, spring is coming, and I got some allergies today. Hey, donation. Thank you so much, Katrin. Really, really appreciate that. Oh, get that hype going. Cersei actually having the kid. So, Steffi's, do you actually think that Cersei will have the baby? Because I don't think she will. Grey Worm, Varys, and Theon three-way. Oh my god, that wouldn't work. Would you like to see my gash? Oh wow, that's wild. Weirwood spears on the scorpions would be insane. That would be insane too. Right? They talked about weirwood arrows and whatnot back in the day. So does everyone think that Cersei's actually going to have the child? Like, is that, because some people, there's a hypothesis that says, Tyrion made an agreement with Cersei. If she dies, that Tyrion takes care of the kid. The train emoji with the, by the way, I thought of some names for you guys. Like, I thought about like how everyone gets hyped in the chat and stuff like that. And I thought about naming you guys the Legion of Hype. What do you think about that? The Legion of Hype, and we have hype priests, hype knights, we have hype maesters, or we have hype fanatics. What do you guys think about that? The Legion of Hype. I don't know. And I've been thinking about doing it for Patreon too, like everybody that pledges 1 to 10 and from 10 to 20, like having like different like titles. I thought about giving you guys titles. Would everybody enjoy like having a title? I don't know. Like Karen's already the Iron Bank of hype. We know that. She's the sugar mama of hype. We are many. We are the Legion of Hype. You guys like that? It was actually Raised to Alba's idea, and I love it. So the hypesters instead of the hipsters. I do dress like a hipster though. I do dress like a hipster. I got like oh no, crap. Oops. I pulled up my earphones. How embarrassing is that? Wow, my shoes just went and pulled out. Can everybody hear me now? Okay. Got pulled up there for a second. Anyways, I guess I do dress like a hipster. The hypesters. So what is everyone like? Does everyone like the Legion of Hype? Does everyone like the hypesters as like in hipsters? Yeah, that was an epic fail on stream. The God Emperor Darren. What a hypester. Oh my god. You guys are hilarious. But what does everyone think? Does everyone like the Legion of Hype? Do you guys want to be called the Legion of Hype in the chat? Let me know. And then I also want to come up like with the name for the patrons. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think because we got 121 patrons on the channel. And I thought about giving a nickname to the patrons as well. So everybody in like all the subscribers and like everybody that participates in the live chats, the Legion of Hype. But then having like the patrons could have specific ones like the Knights of Hype or something like that. I vote yes. Everybody likes it. Okay, so Legion of Hype is decided. You guys are the Legion of Hype. But what about patrons? What should patrons be called? Because we've got some patrons in the chat. The Knights of Hype or something like that. The Hype Walkers. The Hype Walkers. The Hype Plague. Aaron, that's kind of negative though. We're trying to go positive. A plague is kind of a bad thing. The Hype Force, the Hypers, the Hypes Guard. I like that. I like the Knights of Hype. I like the Knights of Hype. Because we're a Hype Legion, right? We're the Legion of Hype, and the Hype Legion needs knights, right? Hype Walkers. The Hypelings? Oh, like the Wildlings, the Hypelings. What do you guys think about that? That's kind of cool. Cause I am kind of a wildling, right? The Hyperlings. I don't know. It sounds kind of like a fairy or like a magical beast or something. We'll go with the Legion of Hype. No, we can't do that one as Zariel and Mama Order. The Maester of Hypes. So we're gonna go with the Legion of Hype. We're just gonna stay with the Legion of Hype right now, and we will decide on other stuff after. But the Legion of Hype has been decided on and voted on. But the Hypelings can be the newbies to the channel. Okay. So the new people that subscribe to the channel and new people that come to the live chat can be the Hypelings. Okay. We're not doing that one, Darren. There's already a group out there that's called that. But we're gonna call the Legion of Hype. So the Legion of Hype, the members of the live chat is the Legion of Hype. And then for patrons we'll call them the Priests of Hype, the Priests of Hype, and the Hype Knights. Or the Hype Fanatics or something. Or the Hype Fanatics. The Hype Fanatics would work too. Let the patrons decide too? Yeah, I could do that too. The Children of Hype. You guys are all my children. That would make me be like Odin. I'd have to be like Thor Odin. I'm super thirsty today. But let's get back to the conversation. Let's talk a little bit more about King's Landing because I think we know that the White Walkers are going to encroach in the north early in the season, right? But what's going to happen early in the season in King's Landing? Is it just going to be Cersei mucking about with the Golden Company and Euron and making plans to like fortify King's Landing and like close off the gates and stuff? Is there going to be like a rebellion in King's Landing? Because I don't think people are going to be very happy with her. You know what I mean? She's kind of crazy. Oh, the prince that wasn't promised. The Hype Bringers. Like the sword Hype Bringer. You guys are the Hype Bringers. Yes. Oh. The Legion of Hype and the Hype Bringers. I like that a lot. Hey, Chris, what's going on? What do we think about King's Landing? Do we think that like what's going to happen early on in King's Landing? Are we going to get a battle in King's Landing early on? Are we going to be surprised by that? And I need to shave a little bit of my mustache. It's like I'm literally eating it right now. I'm trying to get it as I've decided not to shave it before Con of Thrones. After Con of Thrones, though, I'm going to deal with it. I'm not sure if we'll see if I keep it or not. I'm definitely getting my hair cut as my hair is super long right now, as you guys can see. I'm going to get the sides done, I'm gonna do like more of a slick back Viking haircut, I think. I don't know, but we'll see. It's getting really long. I never usually have my hair this long because I usually like style it or whatever. The hype bringers. That's funny. You know, Talamaska Dan needs to be made a moderator. He's always super hype. The wrenches of hype. So Michael Palmer says, Qyburn turns peasants into Qyburn's whites like the mountain. Oh, wow. Are they just going to kill off about like anybody that's not agreeing with Cersei and then like make them into whites? That'd be crazy. I look like Ragnar. Yeah, my hair is getting kind of long. Do you guys like the longer hair? Like, look at how long it's getting. But I actually went today, but all the spots were filled for the barber that I wanted to go to. So I didn't get it done because I'm very, very picky. But I'm thinking I'm gonna get like the sides more like, you know what I mean? And then keep the top long and then like slick it back and look like a Viking. What do you guys think about that? That top knot isn't fooling anyone, Johnny. Hey, Preston. Oh, your thoughts on Tyrion's biggest role will be for season 8. Hashtag hype train. Hashtag hype bringers. Oh, yeah. Get an undercut like Peaky Blinder style. I could do that too. Darren, I would love to do a YouTube channel like this, but my computer skills are minimum. Well, you know what? I'm actually looking to add people to the Azor Hype team. So if you want to like help with theories or writing, or if anyone is interested in that kind of stuff, like let me know. I would love to present fan theories and stuff like that. I really enjoy video editing, obviously. I love to write. But yeah, if anybody is really interested in that or serious in that, like let me know. I mean, I'm not rich, so I can't like, you know, give a ton of money for it or anything. But if you guys like want to help out a little bit, I'm totally down for that. Let me know, Darren, if you would like to help the channel out. I'll be down. Talamaska Dan, your YouTube channel is coming. So we're going to talk about Tyrion. Preston just made a donation. By the way, Preston is already on the wall of... Is Preston on the wall of hype? We got to put him back. Yeah, Preston is already on the wall of hype over here. See, we got 121 patrons right now, and we're 26 days away from Con of Thrones. We're getting close to our GoFundMe goal. I got to change it. We're at 1,900. We're about 500 away or so. But yeah, Preston, you're already on the wall of hype. If you want to nominate someone to put on the wall of hype, let me know. But Tyrion's biggest role, I think he's kind of the glue in between all of these different personalities, because Tyrion is he's a smart guy. He's been in a situation where he hasn't been in an advantage because of his looks, because of his family and all that, because of his position as a dwarf. So I think that, you know, a very small man can cast a very large shadow. I think that that's towards the end of it. I think Tyrion's going to get Casterly Rock. I think that he's going to be the only Lannister that's alive. And I think that Sansa could be with him, maybe. We could see something like that. But I definitely think he's going to be in a position to at least contribute. And I think that, you know, if Jon or Dany dies, he would be the perfect person to become king of Westeros or queen of Westeros with Sansa. So I think that that's what Tyrion's biggest role will be. He's a very smart individual as well, Preston. So you got to think of it like that as well. I think that, you know, Samwell and Bran are seen as people that are going to make a huge impact because, you know, Samwell obviously found all those books and that information about the annulment with Rhaegar and Elia at the Citadel. So there's going to be that kind of dynamic. And Bran, obviously, we know what he can do. So I think Tyrion is kind of like politically, he made some pretty bad moves in season 7. Like he didn't have the best strategic elements in season 7, but I think in season 8 he's going to make a really big impact. And I don't think he's going to betray Daenerys or anything like that. So, hey, Wonder Girl, nice to see you. But yeah, no, I think that's Tyrion's big role. Like, I mean, he respects Jon, but he's also been with Dany too. I think he would make a great hand of the king. We know that the hands of the kings, you know, do a lot of legwork. Hands of the Kings, like, people like Tywin, even Tyrion when he was there. Robert didn't do a hell of a lot when he was on the throne, except drink and eat away a lot of his money and party and stuff. So yeah. Brand season 4 Vision basically tells you the entire story. Yeah, but it kind of does. And I'm really excited to see where it goes with Tyrion as well, because I think that he would, he's not a perfect person, but I think that because of what he's experienced in life, I think that he would make a good ruler or someone in position of power. And he already is there. He's the hand of the Queen Daenerys, but still, in the books it might be different, of course. But yeah, I think that Tyrion's going to make a huge impact, and I think that he could, if he puts his head together with Bran and Samwell, man, what can't they figure out, really? You know what I mean? You're very welcome, Preston, and thanks for that donation, my man. My Jolly Siddler Bull, the Q&A. What if wildfire burns the White Walkers and not only the Whites? Yeah, that was something that I was thinking about. I think that if that's going to happen, then it's going to have to do with Jaime Lannister, because I think that the sacrifice that he's willing to make in the end, I could just see it now. It's something that he's been trying to prevent this whole time, and imagine if that was the moment that got him what he like the thing that he's always been wanting, to be talked about, like as a person, this heroic act, and it's written in the White Book, and it's because of him using wildfire or something like that. Kind of the complete opposite of what he was trying to prevent in the beginning of his story, like when he was killing the Mad King, because that was a really big turning point in Jaime's character. He became the Kingslayer, right? So I think that if he that next defining moment for Jaime obviously is dealing with Cersei, but after that, like if he survives, like blowing, we saw the Red Keep in Daenerys' House of the Undying vision. If he used wildfire in that scenario and like White Walkers are in there and he like killed a bunch of them or something, that would be like something that would be an Azor Ahai like moment. You know what I mean? He may not be Azor Ahai. Jon may be perceived as this Azor Ahai like figure, but Jaime could have that kind of similar moment or impact in the story, I think. I think Euron's actually going to die by Theon, but by getting an arrow in the eye, or he's going to be drowned by Theon. Cersei may escape with Qyburn. Not very far, though. I think she's a goner. Can we talk about deal breakers? What do you feel? I feel like Howland Reed for me, man. Give me Howland Reed, man. So I talked about this in a couple of different live streams. The way confirmation within the stories in threes. Like if you see the number 3 a lot, like the 3 temperings of the sword Lightbringer, in the Heart of the Lion, in water, and then in Nissa. I think that for Jon Snow's, for example, for Jon Snow's heritage to be revealed, we got Bran, obviously. Think of it like this: body, mind, and spirit. And I talked about this a little bit in the last live stream. So Bran was there in spirit. He goes into the Weirwood net, right? And he's there in spirit. He's back in time when he wasn't even born then, and he was viewing something that was very important. Then we have someone that was actually there in body. We have Howland, right? So I think that that's very important, because he can actually confirm that he was there, and that Jon is the son of Lyanna and Rhaegar. And then we have, obviously, so we have Howland and Bran, and then we have Samwell, right? So mind. He found it in books. He found a confirmation. Rhaegar got an annulment, which would make Jon not a bastard and actually an heir to the Iron Throne. So I think something like that. And that for me, you know what I mean? I think that for me that's a deal breaker. And honestly, what's another deal breaker for me? Yeah, I really want Jon to survive. I think he's the person that deserves the most happiness. I really want Jon to survive. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker though, because I think Jon would end up sacrificing himself too. But I think there's going to be a situation in the end, and I hope I hope it's not going to be an ambiguous ending. But I would like to see some sort of council and see them talking out how they're going to, or at least them sitting at the table, and we don't know what they're talking about, but sitting at the table and there's a semblance of what they're going to talk about and how they're going to fix Westeros. The idea of this hereditary monarchy that needs to be gone, you know what I mean? And that this democratic system needs to change, the wheel needs to be broken. So that's kind of a thing for me too. At the end, I kind of, because George has been influenced by Lord of the Rings, and it's not going to be a bitter ending. It's a bittersweet ending. It still ends with the word sweet. So those are kind of two for me. I really want to see Howland Reed, and I really kind of want to see at the end. I don't want it to be left ambiguous, but I don't know if we'll get either of those. We got a donation from George Sartiano, man. So excited to see you, man. It was like 26 days until Con of Thrones. How long before the wave shows back up? Why did GRM delay Winds of Winter again? I think it's because he lost the hard drive. Yeah, there's been a couple of jokes because he uses this, you know, the old floppy disks and stuff like that. Obviously, Fire and Blood is coming out, and it's what, like 900 pages or something, or 853 pages. That's why Winds of Winter isn't out. Of course, I'm excited to read Fire and Blood. I think it's going to be great, but yeah, I'm definitely disappointed that Winds of Winter won't be out this year, because I thought, you know, if it did come out, me and Gemma were going to cover a bunch of chapters in the podcast, and I was going to cover some stuff. But it is what it is. At this point, I honestly didn't expect it until after the show ends anyways. I know it's disappointing to a lot of you, and a lot of you really want Winds of Winter. I did too. But I was kind of expecting this. So Winds of Winter, announcement, everyone, will not be published in 2018. But Fire and Blood, part of the Targaryen King saga, will be released. Fire and Blood Part 1, by the way. So I don't know if he lost the hard drive, George. I just think he wanted to start writing about different things. You know what I mean? Like sometimes... I love Game of Thrones, but sometimes I'm like, oh my God, Marvel. Like, I'm so intrigued by like doing more Marvel videos. And that kind of happens. And that kind of happens, you know what I mean, when you're inspired by all sorts of different things. And I don't blame George for that, you know what I mean? He's been doing this for a very long time. He has other interests. People that shit on him and say really rude things, I don't think that's cool. Yeah, I'm disappointed that it's not coming out, but I wouldn't like go after George or send nasty messages to him or anything like that. We're all inspired and things change in life. Obviously, he has a responsibility to his fans to finish the series and stuff like that. I think that it's been a long time. You know, some people have probably passed away and wanting to know what the next book was going to be like. Obviously, there's that kind of element to it, but the sense of entitlement that we have kind of has to be thrown out the window. It's George's story ultimately when it comes down to it, and we're kind of just at that mercy for that. So that's kind of my feeling on it. But yeah, and Chris Brooklyn, I heard the new Avengers is trash. Yeah, dude, that is trash. Your comment, man. I'm telling you, I have critic friends, and they're telling me that it was a crazy, amazing movie. So I think that's just crazy, Chris. Amy, what's going on? Nice to see you. How fast can you read 900 pages? Like, damn. Yeah. Winds of Winter release date is 2038. Yeah. Tom Musk. Who's all seeing Avengers Infinity War tonight, by the way? I know we said we're going to talk a little bit more about Game of Thrones, and we will. We still got some time. But we're also going to talk about a Marvel's Avengers Infinity War too. Do we want to talk more about Game of Thrones, or do we want to talk more about Marvel Avengers Infinity War now? You guys let me know. We can continue with Game of Thrones. I'm totally cool with that. But I'm seeing it tonight. I'm seeing it in, what's it, almost 3 o'clock now. It's 2:30 something. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it at 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm going to go see it again tomorrow night and probably Saturday too. I'll probably go see it 3 times this weekend. And then we're going to do a giant podcast next week. I'll be dropping Easter egg videos, a non-spoiler review, a spoiler review. Oh my God, yeah. I'm going to drop like, I know you guys love Game of Thrones, but I'm going to drop a bunch of Marvel videos right after the movie. So I hope you guys are up for that. You see it tonight too, George? You saw Cobra Kai last night? Very, very cool, man. Yeah, that's something I would be down to check out. Yeah, Infinity War is in theaters. Yep. I know, right? It's crazy. And then Deadpool comes out in like 2 weeks. And then what? Ant-Man and Wasp comes out the day after my birthday. Or actually, it's out on my birthday. Ant-Man and Wasp. I think. Let me check. I think Ant-Man and Wasp is out on my birthday. I think it's the 6th, but I get to see it on the 5th. Yeah, so Ant-Man and Wasp comes out on July 6th. but actually I get to watch it on my birthday, so I'm really excited about that. My birthday is July 5th. Deadpool 2 is going to be awesome too. I'm really excited about that. The first one was really good. And Josh Brolin, who's playing Thanos in Marvel Avengers Infinity War, is playing Cable, who's one of my favorite he's in all the X-Men comics and he's got his own comics. He's a super interesting character. Time traveler. Love that. Has anyone seen Cat? Ski guys, I'm getting him. That's my Cartman voice. Hey guys, hey guys. Red Sweats, there's my Cartman voice for you. Paul Rudd, oh yeah. He's Ant-Man. I love me some Ant-Man. I actually have the Hollinator, fellow Cancer. I knew I liked you for a reason. Yours is July 6th. Holly, cool, man. You know what we'll do is we'll do a birthday stream or something cool. We're installing a gazebo outside. We could do like a barbecue. We could do like a barbecue, like we did the 2-year anniversary on YouTube. We could do like a barbecue party so you guys can hang out with me and my friends or something like that. We'll do a live stream. You guys can hang out and we'll just like you guys can feel like you're hanging out and partying with me. The Venom movie actually looks pretty awesome. Tom Hardy's great. I have my suspicions about the movie. I don't trust Sony as much as I do Marvel. Is it Sony or is it Fox? It's Sony, right? Yeah, I don't trust them as much as Marvel, obviously, because Kevin Feige and Marvel, they've knocked it out of the park. But yeah. Carnage, apparently, Woody Harrelson who's playing Carnage? Has that been confirmed that they're doing Carnage in the movie, by the way? The Venom movie looks great too. I really like the new trailer. The first one was like, but the new trailer looks awesome. And the new Venom, they did it like in the comics with the big teeth and the tongue and whatnot. He looks really sweet. Yeah, I'm a fan of like all superhero and comic movies mostly. I loved Wonder Woman. I love the DC stuff. The Justice League movie was like, well, I didn't like that one that much. I'm kind of disappointed by that. But they seem to be going in a different direction. I think Zack Snyder is stepping down from that, or he got fired, one of the two, and they're going with a different direction. So I think that I don't know where they're going with that. Seriously bad Deadpool reviews so far? Really? Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too funny and too chunky, George. Like it's trying to do too much. Marvel Avengers Infinity War, by the way, I watched a couple non-spoiler reviews yesterday. There's these two married film critics that are great. They were just like talking for about, and I watched Collider videos and Schmoes now. I just checked out what they had to say about the movie, but for the most part, they all said they really enjoyed it. They said it's a lot, like it goes by really fast, and about 2.5. What the movie is 2.5 hours or something like that, and then there's an end credit scenes. Apparently, everyone, so we got to stay for after the end credits. But apparently, it's just insane. Apparently, people were crying in the movie theater, and the whole theater was silent after the movie. So that's something big is gonna happen, and I'm really, really, really interested in seeing what's going to happen. I have my suspicions. I think my Marvel Avengers Infinity War prediction, I actually think only 2 characters are going to survive, and I think it's going to be Iron Man and Doctor Strange. I could be wrong, but I think that somehow Thanos is going to get all of the stones. He's going to wipe out everyone, and I think the only 2 people that are going to survive are going to be Tony Stark and Doctor Strange, and I think based by all the reactions of what's going on by critics and stuff like that, I think that Thanos might actually do the snap the fingers thing. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched any spoiler reviews or anything like that, but I think Captain America is gonna die in it. I don't know, just based on maybe they're tricking us out with that trailer. I think another person I could see surviving is maybe Thor. Thor is maybe a person I could see surviving too, because he's like a god. Yeah, I don't see too many people surviving, and I think it's gonna be like Game of Thrones: The Red Wedding. Honestly, I think that Thanos is gonna like just And apparently, by the way, Josh Brolin's performance of Thanos is absolutely amazing. Yeah, Loki's definitely going to die too. Is Thanos more powerful than Apocalypse? Oh, it's not even close. Thanos is, think of it this way. He's like 7 feet tall. He's like 700 pounds. His skin is nearly indestructible. He's stronger than the Hulk. He's super intelligent, like really, really and psychological. He's the ultimate villain. He's like Darth Vader times 10, man. I'm really excited. What I want to see in the movie is I want to see like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. I want to see like 5 or 6 people take on Thanos at once, and then like Thanos just like absolutely murders everyone. It's like he's not even trying. That's what I want to see. I think what's going to happen is because they're trying to get the Mind Stone from Vision. I think they're going to be trying to protect Vision, and I think there's going to be like some final standoff, and then like Thanos is like going to try to get the Vision, and then once he gets that one stone, I don't know. Another character I think is going to be Toast, and I'm really worried about her because the last TV spot is Star-Lord looks really pissed. So I think that either Rocket Raccoon or Gamora is going to die because Peter Quill looks pissed, and Tony Stark's holding him back in that last TV spot. So I don't know, man. The Star-Lord looks like enraged, like I never like Hulk enraged. So I'm really worried about Gamora. Nebula too. Like I think like they know Thanos and they don't like him. Characters I for sure think are dead. I think yeah. You know, Loki is 100% dead. He's dead. He's dead. I think Captain America is gonna die. Like in the trailer, who is Tony holding? Like who is he crying? Like who is he holding in that trailer? Like who does Tony care about that much? Like I could see him doing it for Captain America, even though they've had problems. I could see Pepper, if Pepper Potts dies, oh my god, I will cry if Pepper dies. I could like, how would Tony reacting like that? Who could he react? Peter, wow, Spider-Man dying. So I think Tony. There's only a couple of people that Tony could react like. Bruce Banner. I think Bruce Banner. If Bruce Banner died, Tony could react like that, holding him like that. So Darren says Drax is gonna die. Yeah, Drax is another one that could die, right? Because remember Thanos, like Thanos was like the main reason his family died, right? You think Hawkeye is gonna die, Darren? I don't know about Hawkeye. I'm kind of tricked off by that one. I don't know what to think. Hawkeye kills Thanos. Whoa, you think so? I don't know. I don't think Thanos is going to die in this movie. I think Thanos is actually going to win in this movie. If they're going by the Infinity War comics, Thanos is going to get all the stones, I think. Yeah, Mama Ogre, no, don't spill any beans in the chat. We're still getting hype in the chat. We're still newbies right now. We still haven't seen the movies. Yeah, Hawkeye's got a wife and kids. I don't think he'll die. Groot for president? Ooh. Hawkeye killing Thanos would be the worst. I mean, who could actually kill Thanos, though? Captain Marvel is apparently... Is she in this movie? I'm not sure. She's rumored to be in this movie. Didn't look like she is, but she's definitely in Avengers 4. They've said that. So she's apparently Thanos' rival when it comes to cosmic power. She's got like a psionic blast and stuff like that, and she can fly. I'm really interested to see if she could rival Thanos. I think it's obviously got to be a collaboration. Like many people got to take him on. Doctor Strange, I think, is super important to what goes on with Thanos, because I think if Thanos does the snap thing and he kills half the universe, they have to go back in time, right? So I think Tony Stark is safe for sure because he's the most popular. So I don't think they're going to do Tony. I don't think they can do Tony in this movie. In Avengers 4, they could do Tony, but I don't think they do it in Infinity War. I think he's got at least one movie left. Adam Warlock I don't think he's in the movie, but he's someone that's really interesting. He's super strong. Black Panther takes down Thanos by stealing the gauntlet. I can't see that. I think it has to be. You know what? I'm going to give you guys want to hear my crazy theory for Avengers 4? You guys want to hear it? Let's get some hype in the chat. You guys want to hear my absolutely nutter butters theory for Avengers 4? I got a crazy theory for you guys. And it has to do with Ant-Man. Are you ready? I need you guys to get hype in the chat first, though. I need to see some heart and fire emojis, okay? I need to see some heart and fire emojis in the chat. All right, so here we go, everyone. I think it's going to be interesting, okay? I think they're going to go back in time. I think Thanos is going to get his way, okay? I think Thanos is going to snap the fingers. He's going to kill half the people. I think that Tony and Doctor Strange are going to survive, and they're going to go back in time. And I don't think Thanos is actually going to get killed in Avengers 4. I think something is going to happen to him. I think this is what's going to happen. I think Ant-Man is going to make him go subatomic, but someone's going to have to hold on to Thanos and bring him into the realm of being subatomic. And you know who that person is going to be? Captain America. Captain America is going to hold on to Thanos, and Ant-Man is going to make Thanos and Captain America go subatomic, and they're going to get trapped forever in infinity in the subatomic realm. Because Ant-Man and Wasp, listen to this, Ant-Man and Wasp is the next movie that comes out. And then there's, I can't remember what other movie comes out before Avengers Infinity War next year. But I think that's what's going to happen because Ant-Man and Wasp comes out this summer. And they're releasing it after Avengers Infinity War. So I think that there's going to be some revealing stuff. And it's rumored that in this movie, they're going to go try to find the original Ant-Man's wife. So I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be like a Lord of the Rings, like a Mordor scenario. And they're going to, like the One Ring, Thanos has the gauntlet. They got to get rid of it. And I think that Ant-Man is super important. I think that Doctor Strange is super important because they got to go back in time. And I think that it's going to be Captain America and Ant-Man that take down Thanos. And I think that they're going to, I don't think they can kill Thanos. I don't think they can kill him. I think he's too strong. And I think they're going to make him go subatomic. I think that's what's going to happen. That's my prediction. I haven't heard it anywhere on the internet so far, and I'm going to drop that video. If anybody steals this goddamn theory, I'm going to snap, okay? But this theory, man, I'm telling you right now, I have this gut feeling about it. Captain Marvel will be super important too because she's super strong, but I'm telling you, I think this is my gut feeling. Subatomic Thanos, man. They're not going to kill him, but they're going to put him in the subatomic realm. What does everybody think about that, though? I don't know. Like, it would be super crazy, right? Because Captain America would have to sacrifice himself, but I don't know. I'm crazy, though. Okay, everyone, I'm giving George an invite. George is coming on the podcast right now. He says I'm crazy. Guys, George is coming on right now. 1 second. I got to shoot him an invite. Not George R. Martin, by the way. George is going to educate me, by the way, apparently. We're going to have a special guest on the podcast, everyone. George thinks I'm crazy, apparently. Oh, crap. George is coming on the podcast. He's going to get mad at me for my prediction. Uh-oh. But does everybody like that theory? I know it's kind of tinfoil, but I think they're going to put Thanos in the subatomic realm. I don't know. I am crazy. Oh, we got another donation. Oh, Telemascadin. That wink was for you, Dan. And also, I love Sansa. That one's for you, Dan. Everybody hashtag I love Sansa for Talamasca in the chat. I triggered George with my theory, guys. I triggered him so bad that he has to come on the podcast. Hey, Papa Tab. By the way, in case you guys don't know, I gave you guys nicknames earlier, and the nickname for you guys is the Legion of Hype and the Hypesters, or the Knights of Hype. The Hype Bringers. Where's George, by the way? George, get your butt in here, man. So Papa Tab and Talamasca Dan, thank you. Hashtag I love Sansa in the chat. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. They're obviously going to have to get the Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos if that happens. So I think they got to remove the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos somehow. I don't know how that's going to happen. I think that Ant-Man and Captain Marvel are going to be super important to that. Doctor Strange. And I think that Captain America and Thanos are going to go subatomic. And like Thanos is way stronger than Captain America, but I don't know, man. Like, Captain America's got that soul, dude. Oh. Maybe Thanos gets beaten up enough that, you know what I mean, they're able to put him in the subatomic realm. Where's George, man? I gave him that link. I'm going to go send it to him again. One sec, guys. Is George trolling me? Does he not want to come on now because my theory is so bad? One sec, guys. I'm trying to get George this invite. He says it's not opening. One sec, guys. I'm trying to get him. I gave George another invite, so we'll see. Is everybody else triggered by my theory, by the way? Is it that bad? Mama Ogre is vibrating. I love Sophie Turner. She's so amazing. There's no spoilers in this, by the way. George has not seen Avengers Infinity War either, by the way, everyone. So you don't have to worry about that. My beard will kill Thanos. It's bittersweet. Cap is going to sacrifice. Like, I think that they go back in time and they bring everyone back. Because I think that Thanos is going to go, like, kill everyone. But then they go back in time. I think Captain America will be dead, permanently dead. I think Captain America will be permanently dead, though. For some reason, I just... It's a gut feeling, right? Like, Captain America's arc is... His hero's journey is pretty much ending, right? He's done he's done as much as he can. You know, obviously, he's been fighting the man, and all of that. So that's definitely a thing. You know, he's been opposed. He's changing more and more. He's not really Captain America anymore. And they said in this movie that he's going to be more like Nomad. You guys know what the Nomad storyline is like? We got to get George on because he's. Sorry, my computer's trying to get George an invite here. But yeah, the Nomad storyline. So Nomad is basically Captain America. It's Steve Rogers, but he doesn't have an association with any country. So I'll take my hat off and I'll just keep my hair. You guys say you like the hair today. It's all super curly and long. Here, there, my hair is all crazy still. I'm trying to get this invite to George, guys. There we go, George. There's the hangout, my man. Let's see if it works this time. My hair is kind of like Captain America's, though. Eh? It's like long and golden and shiny. Sansa is a traitor? I love Sansa. RDJ is still on contract until Avengers 4. Oh, crap, guys. George is here to school me. Uh-oh. He doesn't like my Ant-Man theory. He doesn't like my Ant-Man theory. All right, George. All right, George. Let's hear it, man. Feel free to criticize.
It's not just your Ant-Man theory. You're just wrong about Thanos in general. I mean, Thanos is he's an Eternal. He's a Titan from Titan. So there's two different groups of Eternals, or three really. There's ones who are on the Earth, and then they're split into two groups: the Deviants and the Eternals. So Thanos is the son of the leader of the Eternals, but he ended up with the Deviant gene, right? So he's this weird mix, and he just hates everybody.
It's super windy. Is it windy outside where you are, George?
Yeah, no, I'm walking to a better place. So
okay, so George is the audio will get better in just a second, everyone. Forgive George for killing your ears. There he is.
So the thing you have to think about is, Steve Rogers is probably leaving the show or the series.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to be Nomad or something, some variation on that in the meantime. But he's also, Thanos, he can't go into the infinitely small realm. That just doesn't work. It just doesn't.
Why not?
Because he can come back from that. He's Thanos.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think there's going to be some way to trap him. I don't know, man. I just feel like no.
I mean, if you go back to the comics,
the comics, he gets turned into stone, or he actually turns into but becomes a farmer.
Well, he eventually becomes a farmer. He gets trapped inside the Soul Stone the same way that the Adam Warlock and the Infinity Watch were all trapped in there for a while.
Yeah.
So that's what happens to him. He ends up inside the stone. He doesn't end up in the microverse.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of like the things that they could do, because like the things that they've already shown us, like, is it a possibility? Is that a possibility even though? I know you're saying it's not, but they've shown us the microverse. Is that a possibility of something that we
they've let the microverse they've let the microverse be known, and see, this is where my being a little bit older than you, it separates out some of your Marvel knowledge from mine.
Yeah, for sure.
A whole line of toys.
You definitely got more knowledge in the comics than I do.
There was a whole line of toys and comics that came out called the Micronauts that all took place in the microverse. So one of the things that Disney's trying to reopen is that toy line and that potential storyline, which is literally called the microverse, where the Micronauts live.
Mm-hmm.
And when in Ant-Man 1, you got to see it for a second when he was getting infinitely small.
Yeah.
So that's where Janet Van Dyne, that's where the original Wasp has been for these last however many years, is stuck in the microverse.
Well, they're going to find her.
They're going to pull her out. Yes. Yeah. Well, and you know who's playing her, right?
Who?
Do you know who's playing the Wasp?
No.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, really.
Wow, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. She's perfect. I mean, she did a great job in Stardust, and now she's going to come back and do this one. So that's kind of kept under wraps. They haven't really been announcing it. Like, they haven't been going overboard and saying that's who it is, but that's the secret. So sorry, spoiler, everybody. Michelle Pfeiffer is playing Janet Van Dyne.
By the way, a huge shout out to our Queen of Hype, member of Team Azora Hype, Carol Brown, in the chat. Nice to see you, Carol. So
Thanos is going to follow the basic storyline. So Nebula's there. Nebula's going to end up with the Infinity Gauntlet for part of Part 4. But what I actually think is going to happen is at the end of this one, and this is no spoiler, I don't know yet, but I think it's going to end on the Thanos snap, and the screen's going to go straight to black. It's going to go to black.
I think it's going to be worse than that. I don't think it's going to go straight to black, because I think people have been said to be crying at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's because
I think we actually might see people, like, I think there's 2 or 3 people that are going to survive, and that's it. Imagine seeing 45 characters dying. Oh my God, that would be nuts, right?
Yeah, but did you see the list that they're talking about for the next one? It's 67.
So they're bringing it back. Obviously, they have to go back in time.
The next movie has 67. They don't even know how to handle it, because there's 67. They have no idea how to schedule it. They have no idea how to.
Well, it's apparently going to be 3 hours long. It's going to be like a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, but it's got 67 main characters, or 67 named Marvel characters in, or 65. Some
Captain Marvel, who's a new one. Apparently, Nova is rumored because Xandar is going to get wiped out. Like Thanos is getting the Power Stone. We know that,
right? Right.
So like, who else? Like that's going to be insane. Maybe we get Adam Warlock too. That might be.
No, Adam. That's the latest thing I've heard is that and I'm buying into this one, is that the chamber on the planet of the
Guardians 3 is going to feature Adam Warlock, right?
Well, no, it has to, but the
Aisha's chamber, the golden one that Aisha has.
Right, her on top of that, there's an orange glowing something. If you look at the pictures,
I don't think the Soul Stone.
I don't know, because the Soul Stone's always been tied to Adam Warlock.
I think the Soul Stone either has to do with Tony Stark or Gamora. Those are the only two that I can see, because Tony. I know you're crazy, but like, it has to do with one of the. I mean, you're George. Listen to me on this one. It has to do with Tony or Gamora, I think, because Thanos loves Gamora as his favorite daughter, right? So kind of like a Nisa type of scenario, and Tony Stark has been the heart, like Captain America and Tony have been the heart of the Marvel series. You can argue that they're both as popular as Tony Stark's probably a little bit more popular than Captain America, but Captain America's like the heart, the heart of Marvel.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but the heart-shaped herb is literally a heart. I mean,
I know that. Then there's Wakanda. Then there's Wakanda too. So those are like another option.
I don't think it's there. I don't know. They've been trolling us all along with this one.
Because Thanos is gonna get the Soul Stone in this movie, right? He's gonna do this.
It's in some of the shots, so he has to get it.
That would mean that we would have to see Thanos go to get like the stone from Adam Warlock, if that your theory is correct. And I don't think we're going to see that.
I don't know. This movie's 2.5 hours long. I mean, 20 minutes of it is probably between opening credits and closing credits, maybe more, but it's still going to be a long movie.
This movie is 2 hours and 34 minutes, and then there's an after credit scene. Yep. So that's going to be interesting. Apparently, the credits are really long, so guys are going to have to stay like 10 minutes extra.
Yep. As the credits, it's all effect shots. So every effects artist and their brother who worked on this thing is going to have a credit. So this thing's going to take forever.
And anybody saying that this movie sucks is crazy, man. I talked with Gemma this morning, and she has incredible taste in movies.
I haven't heard anybody say that. I've heard people say they're sad about the ending, like disappointed that it didn't go farther, or that they have to wait another year for the next part.
Because this is a 2-part thing, right?
Yeah, right. And it's going to go straight. It's going to roll straight from this one into the next one. This one will probably pick up literally.
Apparently, Thanos is the MVP of this movie, which is interesting. So this is like Thanos' movie, and then everybody is kind of trying to deal with him, which I find really interesting because we've never really had that kind of happen in a Marvel movie before. Really, I mean, we got seeds of it with Killmonger and Black Panther. We have some of it with Loki, but Thanos is the ultimate villain in the Marvel universe. There's no comparison, right?
No, there's none. I mean, the question is, start looking at the relationships between the various characters. Like, what's going to go on with Nebula? And how is she going to react the same way that she did in the comics? Then there are people who are saying that Rocket Raccoon was actually created by Thanos, right? Because
another one of his children.
Well, you know how they say that Thanos and took Nebula, and every time she lost a fight, he added a cybernetic part to her, right? So people are saying
and Rocket said he kept them being put back together again.
Right.
That's super interesting too, right? I mean, oh man, I'm so hyped for this movie. I literally can't wait 4 more hours to go see it. I can't.
What was it? So, does Nebula do what she did in the comics, and then does
Because apparently they pulled
made
right
by
from the
Thanos.
comics for some specific iconic scenes. Like there's 5 or 6 iconic scenes from the comics, and then everything else is
Right.
kind of based on what we've seen already from Civil War, Winter Soldier, all of that, right? Because we got to associate with what we've seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not just the comics. But Kevin Feige's been really good about like including those moments that are integral in the comics that are impactful within the movies, right? So what are some of those moments then? The snap is one of them. The snap is one of them, right?
Right.
Then Nebula's like Thanos is going to do something with the reality gem. Like he's going to screw with people's minds. Like there's going to be a scene where people are going to get confused. Like obviously Doctor Strange has to deal with Ebony Maw. We saw that in the trailer. So that's going to be something that's really messed up because we know that Doctor Strange is super important in this movie, right? So that's another thing. George will be back in a second, everyone. But I just have this feeling.
Well, no, Ebony Maw is probably going to show up right at the beginning, and it's going to go from that. I mean, we're going to get introduced to the black.
So we're going to do a cold open with Thanos destroying Xandar or something like that, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Kind of like how they did it with The Force Awakens, where we see Kylo and all that. Or The Last Jedi, where we see Kylo. So like a cold open with the villain, because this is
it could be.
This is kind of like Marvel's version of The Empire Strikes Back, right, George?
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, so chat, George, what are you most excited to see then, man? Because I'm most excited to see. Oh man, like there's so much I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what happens with Captain America. I think I need to know. What about you?
Well, I mean, we know what happens. He no longer has a contract, and he didn't sign up for a new one, so we know he's out.
So you think he's 100% dead in this one?
Maybe not. They may not kill him in this one, but it's going to be awful darn close. But he's out. He's out at the end of this.
What are you most looking forward to in this movie?
I want to see Chris Pratt and I want to see Iron Man and Star-Lord interact. That's kind of what.
Because they're both very self-involved and egoic and.
Yeah, they're both kind of jerks. So.
Yeah, both kind of alpha males, right? And they're gonna. I want to see someone like Drax and Thor. That would be good because they're both like big, huge guys. Like
so that's the other thing is like I want to see how much they actually play in what Drax's real background is from Drax's comic background because he was made specifically to hunt down Thanos, kind of the way he was going after Ronan the Accuser, right? That's actually more what he was doing where Thanos was concerned in the comics, and then also I'm wondering if they're going to bring in Moondragon as a character because. She's part of the whole, all the Eternals. She lived on Titan, was trained like around Thanos, so she plays an important role in the Infinity Watch. But I haven't seen any casting that would lead me to believe that was going to be her.
Well, I mean, they've already started filming Avengers 4, and we know that there's going to be certain characters that they're going to introduce, like Captain Marvel and Nova, but we don't know about any of these other like tertiary characters that are not main characters, right? Like Nova might get his own movie. Captain Marvel's getting her own movie. We know that. Like she's going to be Phase 4, right? More of the cosmic elements of. Yeah.
They were talking about Nova for the Nova Corps, anyhow, right? But then there's also the New Warriors that they've been rumoring for years. That was going to have Kid Nova, Speedball. Well, a couple other characters, but I don't know if that's going to be what happens at this point, because that show just keeps getting pushed back over and over. So
if you see any characters surviving, who are the characters that are going to survive for you? Doctor Strange has got to be one of them, right?
Well, it depends on if they introduce Warlock or not, and is he going to be put into the Infinity Gauntlet? Is he going to show up immediately, or is he going to get kind of thrown out into the Soul Gem? There's a lot.
Are they already done filming with Avengers 4? Are they already done filming with Avengers?
I don't even know if they started yet.
They're already. Wesley in the chat says they're already done with Avengers 4.
They might be. I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
Hey, Angelina, nice to see you. Angelina says she's listening, but she's cooking. Yeah, man, I'm just so excited. Really, I got my ticket.
I'll tell you what. I was more excited for Cobra Kai.
No, you weren't.
Just totally am. Totally was, and it lived up to it.
Guys, put those fake news emojis in the chat, please.
Ask Angie.
Well, anyways, we're talking about Marvel Avengers Infinity War. We're gonna give some final predictions here, everyone. I gotta go do a few things, and George is gonna have to get back to work here. But George, give me two big predictions of things that you see happening in Avengers Infinity War, other than the obvious.
Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna make any overarching like half the people die, because I think that's gonna happen, but it doesn't really matter who, because they'll all come back for the next one. But I think everyone's going to be surprised about what Nebula ultimately does, at least the non-comics readers. So that's going to keep your eye on her. She's going to have a huge role, like it's going to be a pivotal one. And then I really can't wait to see what goes on with Thor and Stormbreaker. I've been waiting for that.
Oh.
And I think that's going to tie right into the idea that that Groot is part of, he's a twig off of Yggdrasil, the World Tree. And I know that kind of ties into our Thor or our Norse mythology thing. But if you think about it, it makes total sense. Like you go back to that original Captain America mural in the castle where the Tesseract was.
And then Heimdall has it on his chest plate, and then they show it in.
And then they show the tree, and like he's not just a tree. He's a something. There's something going on there, right? So he
So Groot's important then.
Groot's super important, and watch how So the handle for Stormbreaker is made by Groot. Groot grows it and breaks it off.
So Groot's gonna basically give a part of himself for Thor's new weapon.
Yeah, totally. And then you have to just tie that back. That's why he's able to do stuff. But I've heard that this Groot is not going to have the same memories as old Groot.
So he's a different Groot.
Well, he's a different Groot. Yeah.
Very interesting. So we got little Groot, now we got teen Groot, kind of like teen Groot.
Well, teen Groot's going to be, this Groot is the new Groot.
Yeah.
But there's the old Groot that we knew really did sacrifice himself so that everybody else could live.
I've got a couple. I think that Nick Fury is going to make an appearance in this movie. I think that he has to. He hasn't been shown in any of the trailers or anything like that. I think we have to see Nick Fury because, even though S.H.I.E.L.D. and all of that has kind of been, all the stuff that happened with Civil War and Winter Soldier, I think that Nick Fury is going to be in the movie. We haven't seen him in any of the trailers, I don't think.
Well, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guys need to show up again.
Yeah, Coulson's going to be in Captain Marvel. That he is rumored to do that. So I think that we're going to see some of those people in the movie. They weren't in any of the trailers, and I think.
But Captain Marvel takes place 10 years in the 80s or in the 90s. Captain Marvel takes place 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So when you see Coulson in that, remember that's going to be a flashback. But I think that Coulson and Chideyo is going to show up.
And I also think another prediction. I think we're going to see Hulk and Thanos go at it. And people really see the power of Thanos. And I think Thanos is going to beat the living crap out of the Hulk. And I think people are going to be absolutely shocked by how strong Thanos is. I think the only other person that could take on Thanos alone is Thor, maybe, with Stormbreaker.
Well, there's some other characters.
Captain Marvel, maybe.
Gladiator could have, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of the Shi'ar and maybe the Shi'ar Royal Guard show up in either this movie or the next one.
The Shi'ar what comic were they in?
They were in the X-Men. That's the big question: is are they a property that Marvel owned?
I don't think we're going to see them in this one. They must be in Phase 4, maybe though. We can maybe see them in Phase 4. You think?
Well, it depends on who owns what and when. That's one of the big problems. I think we're going to start. They're going to bring in some of those Inhumans, because they're still trying to stick with that. But now they own the mutants, maybe they'll tone it down some. But there's a good chance we'll see Black Bolt. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Inhuman show is a flop, right? So I don't think that.
Yeah, but they were already shooting. They were already shooting this before that came. I mean, the shooting on this movie was done.
But
before
TV
Inhumans
shows
went on the
don't
air.
have an effect on the MCU and Marvel Cinematic Universe. They cast different people and stuff like that.
No, they're totally linked. They're totally linked.
Yeah.
Unlike DC has separate castings, but the Marvel ones are the same guys. I mean, Coulson jumps back and forth between them, and I think that was their original intent, was to create a new kind of franchise with the Inhumans. They just totally dropped the ball on it.
I think Michael has a pretty good list there. I think that, I think Peter Parker is going to die, probably. I think that'll be a big one because he just had a movie.
That's new movies they're already shooting. He can't die.
Yeah. Someone is asking about the Super Chat issue, guys. Some of you know what's happening. Basically, my last 3 live streams, the money that you guys donated through Super Chats, it's not in my earnings. So there's about $400 missing. YouTube said there's a technical glitch. They don't know if I'm going to get it before Con of Thrones. I'm kind of really pissed off. I forgot to announce it today before the stream. So some of your donations hopefully will still go through and stuff like that. But if you guys still do want to help out the channel or whatever, it's kind of in limbo right now. YouTube is having more problems, guys. But you can find my Patreon and GoFundMe in the description of this video. So there is kind of a glitch going on with Super Chat. I don't think I'm the only creator. Raised to Albas is having some problems with it, and I heard some other creators have problems with it. They're trying to get the issue resolved. But yeah. Like I get paid May 21st before Con of Thrones, and the cutoff date is May 11th for how much I can earn before then. So I know some of you have asked about it, but yeah, there has been a problem with YouTube. Just so that you guys are made aware. You guys obviously know how much I appreciate you guys donating your money. George knows about it, obviously, because we talk all the time. And some of you do know. But just so some of you are aware, don't worry. If there's they won't steal your money or anything like that. It's just an issue that they're trying to track where it is and stuff like that, because it's not showing up on my. Because basically, I track my earnings. I have analytics, and it tells me how much I'm going to get on my paycheck. But just so you guys know, it is kind of BS. I'm kind of pissed off with it, but it is what it is. Sorry, go ahead, George.
Back on Marvel, I'm totally wanting to know what's going on with Thor, because I've seen pictures of him with and without the eye patch. I've seen pictures of him with and without the new without Stormbreaker. Like, I wonder where did that come from? Who made it? Because like Mjolnir was made from the heart of a star by Odin and the dwarves. So
that one,
going to show up in
what's
this
the
one?
one dwarf's
That'd be
name?
cool, right?
Peter Dinklage is rumored to play that dwarf, is he not?
That's what I heard.
What's his name again? Thromir? Thalomir or something like that. He's huge. He makes
Humeki something.
Yeah. Anyways, he makes Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker is an axe and a hammer. It's super crazy powerful. It makes Thor like literally the god of thunder and lightning. He gets like stronger with this weapon.
And that's why I was hoping that we'd see Beta Ray Bill, but the rumor is he's not going to be in this until the next one.
Yeah, for sure. Any final thoughts on Marvel Avengers Infinity War, George, before we wrap up the stream here?
I can't wait to see it. I'll put up a review tonight. And
then I'll have a review out for you guys in the next couple of days, probably Saturday. I want to do a big video, like 20 minutes long on it. I don't know if I'll probably release my spoiler one on Monday just to be fair to everyone. I know me and Gemma are going to be doing a podcast on it next week, guys. George, you're welcome to join us as well. And I think we're going to do it on Tuesday. I think that's Gemma's schedule anyways. Don't quote me on that, guys, but I will let you guys know on Patreon, Twitter, all of that. And we will announce it for you guys somehow, some way when we're going to be doing the podcast. Tomorrow's podcast, not sure what we're doing yet. Gemma's surprising me. Actually, we're talking about endgame theories for Game of Thrones Season 8 on Gemma's channel tomorrow in the podcast. But that's going to do it for today, everyone. I got to go run some errands, and George has to get back to work.
Yep.
We really love talking about Marvel Avengers Infinity War. If you're out, please enjoy it. Of course, don't spoil any of your friends, guys. This is one of the biggest movies of all time. It's probably going to break box office records. And I hope that all of you that go and see it have a really good time. Like I said, we will be discussing it more and more on the channel. George, we're going to be making some videos on Easter eggs. We're going to do a review and all of that coming up, right? So.
Yep. Cobra Kai, y'all. Cobra Kai. I'm out.
Okay, everyone.
Have a good one.
See you later, George. And of course, guys, thanks for joining us today. Really, really appreciate all the support and the donations. Like I said, I'm going to see Marvel Avengers Infinity War tonight. Tomorrow, we are doing the podcast on Gemma's channel. And then I'm going to try to have some Marvel videos for you guys this weekend. And then I'm definitely going to have, before we go to Con of Thrones, a big Ragnarok video for you guys and a big Jon Snow video for you guys, a bigger, like 15 to 20-minute video. I know you guys have been asking for bigger ones. I've been kicking some butt, writing and doing some research and stuff for you guys. And yeah, so thanks again, guys. Thank you for all of you guys who, like I said, have been supporting. If you do want us to help support the channel because the Super Chat is not working right now, Patreon and in the description of this video and the GoFundMe if you guys still want to help out. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I hope you guys all have a blast watching the movie. See you in the next one. Hype and love.